But it's been a number of few years when we were still at the old centre, not this lovely new one. And then, but the good thing is again, most people are signposted to say that there's carers groups on, and well, we all know this, that the 6 of us that are still involved in the carers group, we had a monthly meetings, and there was maybe between 6, sometimes 10 of us that would get together, and that's kind of we've always been the core group. And then obviously when the pandemic happened, Revive enabled us to meet once a month virtually, which was great. And then it kind of went to fortnightly. And now, almost independently Revive, but still obviously attached to Revive, we meet weekly on a Zoom call on a Tuesday, which is great. And it really helped us getting through the pandemic.
Yes, very much so.
Without that, and without the support of each other, you know, knowing that, and we also have a WhatsApp group as well, so I mean, it's not doom and gloom all the time. It's not, oh, I'm having this issue today. A lot of the time, I mean, we had our meeting on Tuesday, and most of the time was spent talking about the programmes we're watching on, you know, BBC and Netflix, exactly. You know, but we'll always check in with each other, which is absolutely great. But that did all stem from the carers group originally, didn't it?
Yes.
But it's not for everyone. I think that's important to...
No, our carers group has taken on a life of its own.
Yes.
I think we're pretty well bonded.
Which may not have done if it hadn't have been for the pandemic. We would still have carried on to meet monthly and meet in here, you know, whenever we were in.
And there's always some issue of importance through with MS that we do discuss at every meeting. But as the 6 of us, I think we're all pretty well versed on what's happening with the other 5. We things we hear about it an awful lot. But there's room for that, and there's room for nonsense as well, which is good.
For me, it's like from the very start, and what kept me coming back to the carers group from the very beginning, many months ago, was being in a room of people that you didn't have to break everything down because they understood the care role, because they're going through it. So in the way that you can talk to like your extended family about the nitty-gritty details, because for me it was like that's my partner, and there's some things that you don't discuss with family because there's like privacy and things like that you probably wouldn't want to discuss certain things with your kids, or like things like that, or certain things with your parents or whoever it is that's in the caring role. So being part of a group where other people were in a similar role, even though it is so varied on the level that we're looking after our partner and what everybody's dealing with. It was just everybody has that kind of base knowledge of what it's like to care for somebody, regardless. And that's what kept me coming back, even in the months when the chat didn't necessarily resonate with what I was going through. Other people were talking about their experiences, and it would only really click in for like maybe the barest level for me, but it was still a shared experience of being a carer, and that's what kept me coming back. And I think that's so invaluable to have that, and I can understand why there's group sessions for things, because sharing an experience with other people it makes it easier to talk about things and hard subjects that you wouldn't talk to anybody else about, because like they'll also have a better understanding of what you're going through, without you having to break it down even more, you know, like why am I angry about this certain subject, and you know, or why is this upsetting, or like why it made me happy that my husband could bring me a cup of tea, you know. It's like things like that. It might seem small to somebody who's not in that role, but to somebody who's in that role, then that can be like...
And you can celebrate it with the other person as well as kind of like commiserate, you know, you can also celebrate little things like that as well, and you can say, yes, that's amazing. And the other thing as well is, saying about talking through things, you also don't have to talk about things.
Yep.
But again, like I said earlier on about the protected time, even just coming along to the group and just saying, you know, hi, how are you? Yeah, fine. You maybe don't have to say anything, you know, and you don't have to, but you're still there. You still, you know.
And it's you first.
And it is you first, yeah.
It's how's Jane, not how's Paul.
Exactly. Exactly.
And how's John, not Sandy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or when you hear your own name first. It's
Amazing.
Yes.